Hey, it's John, just putting out a quick little tip for anybody around Vegas coming up in February. The Super Bowl is going to be February 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the FAA just put out a couple days ago, and I'll put a link to it in the description below, a security service instruction basically saying do not fly the day of the Super Bowl. There are two restrictions. The outer one applies to us. There's an inner restriction up to 10 miles, but that's for like commercial flights, things like that. The second restriction is for everybody else, and that is 30 nautical miles outside of the stadium area. So the stadium is center, come out 30 miles. So I'll put a screenshot in here in the corner, but basically this is where the stadium is, and the strip is right here in the middle. So the Las Vegas strip's about 5 miles out, and then so 10 miles out puts you well outside of the city of Las Vegas. Now that's a ring of 30 miles, but I figure if most people are in that area, they're probably in Las Vegas. It does apply to, there is a flying club down in this area, and so unless you ask for a waiver, there is a way to apply for an exemption. You have to apply within 2 days or 2 days or more of your planned flight. The 30-mile restriction is specific to the day of the Super Bowl. There are also restrictions on the Monday, Friday, and I believe Thursday, but Monday and Friday for the stadium. And then on Thursday, there's also a restriction, I believe, for the casino. I'll put the link, and maybe when I edit this, I'll take that part out. But anyway, on the really off chance that you do fly and you think that your life is about to become very, very complicated, and I'm gonna make another video about this separate to it. But for this purpose and for future reference, if you ever do fly where you're not supposed to, where there's a travel advisory, there is a system set up by NASA, which you would think NASA, that's space, but space, NASA, the A is aeronautical. There is a safety reporting mechanism for drones. So the nice thing about this is it's supposed to be non-punitive. So there's a chance you can save yourself if you do something dumb, accidental, on purpose, whatever. The gist of this is it's for safety. You can submit a UAS report. And so you can go in here and you can say, here's what I did. And you can file this self-report. Personal information is stripped out from this form, but you're going to put in here generally what you were flying, what you were doing. If you have a certificate, a Part 107, now again, it's supposed to be non-punitive. So it's not supposed to directly lead to action against your FAA certification for Part 107. Any waivers that you may have had at the time that the incident occurred, and then what was the nature of the violation. And so if the FAA comes to you and you did do something, you can point to this and say, well, I self-reported to this NASA reporting system, and that may cut you some slack. As always, remote ID is not delayed. So if you're flying and you don't have remote ID, don't say, I don't have to be in compliance, because you do. What has been delayed is the enforcement. So if they say to you, hey, you did this, this, and this wrong, and also you don't have remote ID, the magic words to say is, I tried to comply, I've been unable to. Now, from there, you can say, I was trying to get, a module and the module sold out. That part's on to you. I'm not encouraging you to lie, but I am encouraging you to keep the interactions to a minimum by saying, I'm going to comply. I've attempted to comply. I just haven't been able to. It's sort of like a speed limit change on your local road. If they go from 65 to 55 and a cop pulls you over, and if you say, oh, I thought it was 65, you may get off with a warning. But if you just get lip with them and get an attitude and you're like, well, it's always been 65, I'm going to just keep doing 65, I don't care what this sign says, that's when there's going to be problems. So take that for what it's worth. Have a great day. Thanks.